Well, during the technical proposal, I proposed two major products regarding the virtualization to my customer. The first one was VMware ESXi, while the second one was Microsoft Hyper-V. So after the initial discussion, they just respond me that why you are not going with the Proxmox V, because it's an open source solution and it's come up with all advanced kinds of features regarding the clustering, live migration, storage replication, and important thing is it's without any cost. We don't need to put up any additional cost for the subscription model. So why you are not going with the Proxmox VE? So I provide them detailed technical options why we are not going with the Proxmox VE and why all these are the rumors regarding the subscription technical side, deployments, integration, and furthermore, when we talk about the hybrid kind of environment where we can create the hybrid cloud infrastructure. So what are the realities about the Proxmox VE? We will definitely discuss in this section. So my first point was, if Proxmox VE or other open source applications are without any paid subscription, so why major enterprises are not going to deploy all these open source virtualization platforms? Even if we talk in 2025, so they are just capturing the global market capturing rate is only 1%. So when we talk about the virtualization platform, so these all open source applications which cover KVM, Proxmox V, OVERT, and other options regarding the open source platform, so they are only covering 1% of the market share. That's the real reason why we are not going with the Proxmox VE. So they shocked. So why you are looking towards the global market? So I again replied them, look, if it's a free of cost product, so definitely all enterprises wants to save the budget, save the cost, and they will definitely adopt the Proxmox VE solutions for their enterprise data centers. The thing is, it's not free of cost. The first deployment, the first installation is definitely free of cost. All features are implemented without any additional cost. But if you are talk about the support services, if you talk about the updates and other advanced level ticketing systems regarding the Proxmox VE, so it's not a free of cost. The second important thing about the budgeting related with the Proxmox VE, it will not provide you licenses for whole data center, for number of host machines. They will charge you per host, and this cost is definitely a high amount whenever we calculate for our enterprise level data center. So that is the first reason why I'm not going with the Proxmox VE. Now, the second and more important option about the deployment, implementation, configuration of the Proxmox VE. So when we try to adopt this open source virtualization technology, we need to understand that the base operating system for this technology is Debian. So you need professional experts which are completely aware about the open source application or open source operating system which is on the platform of Debian. So you need a lot of expertise, kernel compilation, storage management, storage deployment regarding the implementation of Proxmox VE. You can also hire those professionals for your project, but the important thing is that the major implementation is completely CLI based. Although there is a GUI interface is available, but you can perform very minimal tasks from your GUI interface. The major deployments, integrations, and configurations monitoring are although will be from the CLI mode, which is really critical, because sometime when you are in hurry and you want to deploy major changes in your production infrastructure, so in that scenario it will be really critical for your production infrastructure. The third and major option about the Proxmox VE, that we are not adopting this technology or this virtualization platform for our data center, is that it's really limited when we talk about third party integrations. You know that when we implement our data center and we configure number of virtual machine inside the data center, and there are number of users available who try to access our infrastructure on daily basis, and their data, virtual machines and all the deployments are really important. So for all these infrastructure related activities, we need to perform data backups for virtual machines and for user data as well. Although there are built-in backup tools available inside the Proxmox V, but important thing is that if you are going to adopt any third-party solutions like Veeam, Synology and other applications for enterprise level backups, incremental backups, differential backups, so this kind of support is not available with Proxmox VE, and it's the biggest limitation, because in any kind of disaster or in any kind of snapshot scenarios or any kind of backup solutions, we will nothing to do with the Proxmox VE. So it's the biggest limitation. That's why we are not going to adopt the Proxmox VE for our virtualization platform. The fourth and really important drawback or disadvantage of the Proxmox V is that when we talk about the high availability or cluster deployment, so you cannot automate, you cannot perform any kind of automatic replication for your virtual machines, for your storage. Whenever you want to make any kind of replication, so all these replications will be performed manually, and it's the biggest limitation, because when we talk about the production infrastructure, we know that we are not limiting ourselves with the number of VMs. There are might be 50 VMs, 100 VMs and 200 VMs, and in that case if I want to migrate or replicate 10 to 15 VMs or 30 VMs in a simultaneously manner, so I need to perform all these tasks manually, while in 2025 we perform almost major tasks via automation. So it is another biggest limitation with the Proxmox VE. So before selecting the Proxmox VE for your virtualization platform, be aware with all these kinds of limitations. Number 5, we are going to discover the performance limitations when we talk about the virtual machine implementation. As we discussed that Proxmox is a open source application, and the base operating system for this virtualization platform is Debian. So there are a number of limitations when open source interacting with Microsoft operating system. So whenever I want to configure server 2022, server 2025 or any client operating system on the platform of Proxmox VE virtualization, so there are number of bottlenecks will be faced during these deployments and operations as well, because there are number of compatibility issues when we talk about the Microsoft Windows operating system on the platform of virtualization when we going with the deployment of Proxmox VE. The sixth and the biggest limitation of the Proxmox VE, that no official cloud integration like VMware and Hyperv. We know that if we have a data center where I configure VMware as a virtualization platform, and On the other hand, if I have a data center where I deploy Microsoft Hyper-V, so these both virtualization platforms are completely compatible with all major cloud vendors. It might be Microsoft Azure, Amazon, GoDaddy, Google Cloud. So they all are compatible regarding the replication, migration, backup solutions. But when we talk about the Proxmox VE, no official cloud integration available from Proxmox VE. So it's the biggest limitation, because right now in 2025 we are dealing with the cloud era. There are a number of applications available which generally run on major cloud vendors. So if there is a limitation regarding the cloud integration, so we need to be aware about the implementation of Proxmox VE. Now time comes to give the final verdict about the Proxmox VE. So after considering these six technical limitations about the Proxmox VE, so we finalize that it's not for the production infrastructure, because if we deploy this product in our production data center with all these limitations, so we will definitely in trouble whenever we are dealing with the operations, administration and integration. But if you want to create a home lab, or if you want to go with the testing environment, so for that purpose you can utilize the Proxmox V, because it's a free of cost. So for non-production environment, for home labs, it's recommended that you can explore this product for the purpose of learning new skills. But when we talk about the production infrastructure, we don't recommend that you go with the Proxmox VE. Thank you very much.